So picture this. You're stuck in traffic, you're late for work, and it just feels like it is entirely the fault of the driver right in front of you.
Right.
But, well, is it really?
Yeah, probably not.
Exactly. So today's deep dive pulls a thread from a 2,000-year-old Buddhist text. It's called The Sovereign Self, Wisdom from the Dhammapada. And specifically, we are looking at the Bhikkhu Vaiga chapter.
Right. As presented by Venerable Venapengwe Amitha Himi, which, you know, basically asks you to put down the binoculars, pick up a mirror, and literally accuse yourself.
Which sounds intense. But our goal today is to really just break down this concept simply, like strictly according to the Dhamma. We want to look at the profound link between radical self-accountability and genuine happiness.
Yeah, and the instruction in the core text is, well, it's very direct. It says a person should accuse themselves, and they should examine themselves.
Okay, let's unpack this. Because hearing the phrase accuse yourself sounds a little, I don't know, like you're acting as a prosecuting attorney in your own mind.
Exactly, like you're on trial.
Right. But instead of a courtroom, I read this more like being a scientist observing an experiment. Like you're your own internal auditor. You take total ownership of your own performance review instead of waiting for the world to point out your flaws.
And shifting our focus away from external blame and toward that objective self-examination is the ultimate form of taking control. I mean, when we blame others, we're stuck in this reactive loop.
Oh, totally. Just waiting for everyone else to change.
Right. You're basically waiting for the universe to bend to your preferences before you allow yourself to be happy.
Yeah.
But examining your own actions places the lever of change entirely in your hands.
So you stop being a victim of circumstance.
Exactly. You become the author of your own growth.
But, okay, that level of constant self-interrogation could easily spiral into, like, toxic self-criticism. If I'm playing the scientist, how do I keep the experiment from turning into a psychological torture chamber?
That is a great question. And it brings us to the second half of the text.
Right, which says, guarding oneself and establishing mindfulness well, live happily.
What's fascinating here is how the Dhamma defines this mechanism of guarding. It's not about building a fortress of anxious paranoia.
Because that's what it sounds like. I have to ask this on behalf of you listening. Like, if I am constantly guarding myself and analyzing my every move, doesn't that sound exhausting?
It really does, yeah.
So how does that lead to living happily? If I'm playing mental defense all day, doesn't that just mean I'm suppressing every negative thought?
Well, no. There is no suppression happening at all. According to the Dhamma, the protection comes entirely from establishing mindfulness well.
Okay, what does that actually look like in practice, though?
So, by establishing mindfulness, you are creating a split-second pause between feeling an impulse like, say, a sudden clash of anger and acting on it.
Right.
That pause is the guard. You aren't fighting the anger or pretending it isn't there. You're just observing it arise. And by observing it without an immediate reaction, you rob the emotion of its momentum.
Oh, wow. So instead of a rigid shield blocking attacks, it's more like opening a window and letting the smoke blow out before the fire alarm triggers.
That is a perfect analogy, yes.
Yeah.
That process of observing and letting go of negativity before it takes root is the exact mechanism that generates a state of ease.
It filters out the negativity naturally.
Completely. It changes your entire relationship with your own mind. The mindful protection isn't about fighting off external threats. It's about not getting dragged away by your own unhelpful impulses.
So synthesizing this teaching for you, the listener, it becomes pretty clear that true happiness isn't engineered by, successfully changing the outside world.
Right. It is cultivated through an internal mechanism.
Yeah. Objective self-examination and that mindful pause that protects us from our own reactivity.
It really is a quiet revolution happening entirely within.
I love that. And we want to leave you with a final thought to mull over today. If ultimate peace and happiness come from realizing that you alone are responsible for correcting and guarding yourself, how much of your daily energy are you currently wasting trying to correct the people around you?